Thanks for tuning in to another Booth Warmers episode. Tonight, it is a big day for Booth Warmers podcast. We have our first official guest. But before we introduce our guest, today is February 1st, first day of Black History Month, a month that shouldn't just be celebrated on the shortest month of the year, but should be celebrated all year long. So, as we kick off this episode, we have the greatest left-handed shooter in the business.
Yo, man.
He is a SBA legend.
SBA Carnegie
Carnegie,
middle school legend.
the Southpaw, the biggest diehard Warriors fan,
You see
closeted
the
Laker
background?
fan. Yep,
Whoa.
closeted Laker fan, big Chargers fan, and
Sure.
what else is there, Ralph? I don't know. Is that a good enough introduction? Or
That's good, man.
one
You
of
pretty much touched on everything right there.
Ralph is one of our good friends from high school. He
Yep.
knows as much sports as much as us, if not more, because he's a real life baller and a real life
Yeah,
player.
You two are probably the only few people that I can talk sports with all day, man. So appreciate y'all having me here. First
Yes,
guest.
sir.
Feel me? Get it.
There you go. Here we go.
Anything you want to say, Ralph? Anything you want to promote, or just about yourself? Anything?
I
add
think
on
we
to what
pretty
I
much
said?
touched up on everything, man. I don't really need it. Ain't too much. I got to add on top of that, so I think we good.
Okay. All right. So we getting this rolling, I guess, right now. But
Yes, sir.
first of all, let's just ask each other how was each other's nights. What how you guys been doing?
Go ahead, Jay.
I'm been good. Working still. Working the LA commute every single day now. Every single day since last, I don't know, April. Feel like it never stopped. But
I just woke up like an hour ago, getting ready for the show. First time
You
on
got-
the talk show, you know.
Yes. He works at night shift on the PS4, and I was saying,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
playing
Early
Madden.
for top of the morning for you then.
Top of the morning. So let's start off with first topic, Super Bowl, since that's around the corner.
Ready.
Super Bowl. So this is probably one of the biggest, I guess, most hyped up matchup. Pat
In a long
Mahomes, the
time.
young goat versus the older goat in Tom Brady. Before we get into detail with this, is this what you guys expected the matchup to be for the season?
To be honest, bro, no. I didn't expect Brady to be there. Honestly, I didn't. I thought you guys were gonna beat them. To be honest with you, I thought the Saints were gonna beat them, and then I thought
was
Green
trying-
Bay was gonna beat them. I thought Green Bay was gonna beat
Bruh.
them, but the goat prevailed again. He's back in the primetime game. Back in the book.
Bro, I saw Drew Brees' arms in preseason or in training camp, and I was like, we got to tank for Trevor Lawrence, bro.
It never happened though.
Yes.
You got that boy Taysom Hill, man. He
Yeah.
saved the season, right?
Bro, we about to trade it for Deshaun Watson. What are you talking about?
There you go. Here we go. Yeah, but it's just so funny that my co-host here, Kevin, said that in the beginning of the season he wants his team to tank, and you're over here saying that he was gonna come out of that division and actually play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
So it's like
I
it's
was
two
telling-
different views right there.
I was telling everybody, I was like, why is everybody texting me sorry? Like, this happened to me. I was like, bro,
Yeah, no,
I didn't even want this to happen. I was
when
like,
he
I
got
didn't even
hurt?
care. No,
When-
like, they were
when
telling
he
me
got hurt?
sorry
When
when
they
we
lost.
lost to the Bucks.
Oh,
It's
man.
like, sorry, bro. I was like, dog, no apologies needed. I
Yeah,
wanted to lose.
It's like he wanted to lose 10 games ago.
Yeah. Jay, who did you have? I can't remember. Was it Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay
Yeah,
versus
Green
Chiefs?
Bay. Yep, that's
I
what
had
I
him
had.
too.
Well, that's why, like, from the beginning when I called him to get MVP, Aaron Rodgers,
Mhm.
that's why I wanted to see as a matchup. But then that's when Brady got the Avengers together, and then
Yeah.
that happened.
I mean, I don't think we're surprised that Chiefs is back there, are we? Are we surprised that they're back in there?
Not
Well,
surprised at all.
No
Are you guys
yeah,
surprised
that's what I thought
that
too.
Mahomes is actually playing though? Because they had that concussion thing.
Yeah.
Were you guys worried at all, or were you guys like, oh, they're gonna let that thing go?
Going into the AFC Championship?
Yeah, it was before that, right? Or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he got hurt
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
Browns,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, after the interview that they already had said, I think it was kind of clear that he was playing post game.
Yeah,
But I don't know
Yeah,
if they had to do something with him. I don't know. What do you guys think about
yeah.
that?
I think with the way how the concussion protocols are, I was like, yeah, I'm not even shocked that he could have came back 2 days later. NFL don't
Right.
care. Like
Let me ask you
they're probably
this: Do
just.
you think that you think being Patrick Mahomes being him in a concussion made it a little lenient for them to let him go
Oh yeah,
versus
that man
really.
probably he probably
yeah, it
woke
had to
up
be
woozy, and he was like, "Nah,
exactly right.
you got to go ahead, bro. Go
He's a
Dude,
pro,
ahead."
bro.
he's already like the face of the NFL. They're not gonna let him not
Yeah,
play just because of
I think
that.
I had to
Yeah,
play with it too.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. I'm actually more shocked how easy it was for them. Like legit, they only struggled against the Raiders, and the Raiders was the only the team that like was giving them a hard time. Oddly enough, but
We're talking about the Chiefs.
they still could have like whooped on the Raiders if they really wanted to. They weren't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
trying in those two matchups against them. Yeah, the Chiefs.
yeah.
So I'm more shocked on that how easy it looked for them. Like there
maybe
wasn't even like a
that's
no
all
go
it is.
ahead.
It was like playing like down to their competition. They weren't trying, so it made it like
Yeah,
look like a good game more than it should
yeah,
have been.
yeah.
I think they were in a lot of close games though, weren't they? No.
I don't know. I remember they whooped on Tampa Bay. That was when Tyreek had that 250-yard first quarter
Yeah,
or
but that
whatever.
game ended as a 1 point
It
game,
was
didn't it?
close. Hey, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they had like came back or something like that. But yeah,
Miami,
first quarter
Miami
it was
gave
over.
them
It
a
was
hard
over.
time,
Yeah,
right?
the
Yeah,
defense, right? Yeah. That's
yeah.
true.
But it's like you still knew that they were gonna win. Like, like,
Yeah. It's one of those like
like
You
all
like
of the betting odds were like
you
like
for
never
you.
had a
Chiefs.
Yeah,
doubt.
So
that's why I asked that because I think they were pretty bad against the spread. So that's why I was kind of
yeah,
asking like, but it was kind of close games. But if you give Mahomes a last drive, man, it's guaranteed or
yeah.
mostly close to guarantee. I think he's gonna score.
What's also weird about this NFL season was like how fast it went. Like it's like
It
we were
did go
just like
fast.
talking about like COVID and like will games get canceled? Yeah, games got canceled, but it was like the season just went like that. Like bam, all of a sudden we're in the Super Bowl. Like what's going on? Like it's crazy.
You think the scheduling had something to do with that? Because you know how before we would have like Thursday, Sunday, and then Monday, but then now like because of the cancellation, we would actually have Tuesday and Wednesday games. So it seemed like it was just going. It just kept going and going and going.
Yeah. I think part of it is that how fast or like how basketball and baseball was the same time as football. So we weren't even like really paying attention to football because
Yeah.
we were so focused on basketball and baseball. And then when football had its own time where it was just by itself, they're already like in week 11 or 12.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, so
First question. Yeah, I guess. Damn, Zoom chat throwing me off with these like silences. Like I don't know if anybody's gonna talk or if there's a delay. I'm just like, I gotta do a better job moderating. All
I
right.
think this is a learning curve for the both of us because like
Yeah.
usually if it's just us two, like we know, but now
Yeah.
there's like a third person, so it's like,
Yeah.
all right, who's going?
Ralph's failing us to be that filler. Okay. So first talk, we're gonna talk about legacies. Since this, we don't want to be like one of those discussions where we're saying who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. We're kind of thinking like hypothetically, like looking deeper into it. So we're talking about legacies of the Super Bowl matchup because it's gonna be one of the like legacy altering games. So there's gonna be two. First off, we're gonna talk about Brady losing. So if Brady loses, do you guys think he's getting another chance at a Super Bowl?
I think he does. I think he does because if we go into the season, I don't think we would have guessed that he was going to be in this game again. To be honest with you, and then
Mhm.
he's going to have what? He's going to have a year under this offense. Chemistry will come by. The defense is really good, man. They have a lot of fast young players out there. The
Yeah.
linebackers are good. So I think he maybe one more game at least. I want to say it's safe to say. I think he'll
Yeah.
be back there though. If he does lose, I think he has another chance coming back in here.
Yeah.
Well, nothing more to add there. That's all it
Jay,
is.
you got anything to say? Same thing.
Same thing. I mean, the only
Yeah.
the only thing that might throw them off if it's other team that gets better. You know, it's
Yeah, that's true.
like for them they can only improve, but then for other teams to beat them, they had to like vastly improve both sides of the
Yeah.
ball because that's a complete team right there. Like you
Yeah.
don't, they honestly don't have any weakness if you think about it. Besides in the beginning, probably chemistry issues. If anything, they had too many players that are like fighting to get touches on the ball.
Yeah.
You think Godwin will? How much is Godwin worth this offseason? Do you think?
He's a
I think
free
that's a
agent.
big. He's a free agent this
I'm
season
pretty
for this
sure they're gonna
offseason.
give him. They're gonna give him the money over
Yeah,
Antonio Brown. I don't think they
that's
would give
true.
Antonio Brown any
Yeah,
long-term deal.
he is a free
I
agent.
yeah, I think that they're gonna reach the Super Bowl again, and not because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are gonna get better, but because every other team is gonna get worse almost. Because the Saints, the other teams that they
In
thought that like
NFC at least. Huh?
yeah, the NFC is going to be weak. Saints obviously freaking $1 billion over the cap that they have to try to shed, so they're going to have to cut like or trade like 9 good players. The Packers are also in a stage where they're trying to figure out: are we going to sign Aaron Jones? Are we going to do this? I guess like all these other players that need to be signed too, so they're going to get worse. And those are the two teams that we thought that were going to go against the Buccaneers. Russell Wilson and the Seahawks still haven't performed at
Yeah,
like
how?
that Super Bowl, like when they were running in, or when they
Yeah,
were dominating in that Super Bowl
that
years.
defense is that's not the same anymore.
Yeah, defense still not. Even though they have like two game-changing players, it's still not the same. So it's like
Yeah,
they're just off the bat of it being about their competition. Like, is their competition getting better? Is there a guy like Pat Mahomes in the NFC? I mean, the best young quarterbacks all got drafted to the AFC.
they're all in
Like
the AFC.
yeah,
Dude.
Joe
A lot
Burrow,
of them
Herbert. The NFC quarterbacks were freaking Jared
are
Goff, who got
old
sent
folks.
off. Yeah, and Carson Wentz. So maybe the Rams, but I mean, we could talk about that a little bit later. But that's honestly the only team that you could be scared of, being the
So
Bucks,
you're already counting out the Niners making a comeback, even with
bro.
a possible new
Oh yeah,
quarterback.
bro. You got Jimmy G back there, bro. What do
Yeah, Jimmy G. They got the cousins of all cousins, Kirk.
only
So
only
You
Niners
don't-
fans expect something from Jimmy G.
bro,
Man, that was
I don't
Tom
want to
Brady's
talk.
backup.
I don't want to talk crap about the Niners. We might lose some audience. Shout out to Pablo.
Uh,
But they they go and trade for Deshaun Watson and call it that the season's over already and that they got it. They got the bull already.
they had moved on from the Aaron Rodgers rumors, huh?
Yeah.
Quick.
It's like Stafford got traded. They were like, "Oh, I guess we got to get Deshaun Watson." I'm like, "Bruh, yeah, you're gonna have to sell the whole team just to get Deshaun Watson with how much Stafford was given up for."
Yeah, a lot of people thought Stafford was going to end up there. Honestly,
Yeah,
a lot of people had thought that, but
yeah. Okay, so let's switch it up. So if when Brady, we were talking about how Brady loses. So what if he wins? Can Mahomes surpass him? 7 versus 1.
Maybe. I mean, he's
Ah.
he's still young. He has enough time to
this is
catch
what
up
his
to
third
him.
year. This is his third year, right?
4th.
Yeah.
Fourth.
Yeah, he
And
benched.
already has
He was
one.
been the bench for
When
one.
did Brady get his first?
Bro.
When did
I
Brady
think
get his first?
he got it in
Second
his
year.
rookie year, bro.
No, rookie year.
I swear he got it.
Brady.
He got it when he was a child. One of those years. That's
First
all
or
I know.
second year, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was even legal to drink, and he won a Super Bowl already off of the Tuck rule. So some.
I would
age,
say he. I don't know, man. The AFC has a lot of young guys, but he definitely does. He has. I think he has a lot of chances. I mean, they look at all the offense he has around him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think. What 7 will be the goal if he does win? If he loses this one, and then 7 will be the goal, right?
Yeah. He would
Man,
have to
Brady
try again.
7, that's
He would have to win
insane,
6
dude.
more. Yeah.
6 more,
That's a
but he got a
lot.
lot of time. He got a lot of
Yeah.
time, man.
I
Well,
like
that
how
contract
like,
has a lot of time.
Yeah.
Right.
But see, that's kind of the problem though. His contract is so fat. It has to affect the team later on in the years.
That's true.
When
That's
they're
true.
gonna have to try to sign Kelsey or give an extension to whoever.
Tyreek.
And the thing with Tom Brady was always able to win is because he was getting paid like $15 to $20 million a year every year.
Yeah.
He was willing to take a pay cut, and even with a pay cut, look what happened to the Patriots. Bill Belichick himself.
No receivers.
Yeah, Bill Belichick himself says like you buy into the few years of a Super Bowl, and you cost the team. And look, they couldn't sign they had to sign Cam Newton for like $500,000. It's like what the
Yeah,
fuck?
bro.
Like something like that with like 2 million off of bonuses that they couldn't apply to the cap, and like just that type of stuff is like, will the way like pay rate is going for NFL players, this is most likely going to affect Mahomes in the long run. So if like Brady wins this, like I don't know if he's ever going to get to 7.
They're probably just
Think
counting
Bra-
on moving up the cap too, because like just like we see in the NBA every year, usually without the pandemic, like the cap keeps going up and up and up. So they're thinking
Yeah.
that 40 million maybe 4 or 5 years down the road won't look like it's much.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think some players would sacrifice
That's
money
true.
for rings, right? I
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
if I was there. But
Their upside too is that the Chiefs know how to draft. Like they can get some
yeah,
good
this
players.
is
Like
they drafted all these players that they got
like
right now.
Miko.
You know?
Miko is really good, and I think Miko was in the 3rd round or 4th round.
And what Edwards Hilaire? Come on, man! Like, how do you let that? Like, he slid all the way to them. He was the last
He's
pick in the
not-
first round, right?
The crazy thing is that he's not even playing that well. Like he's injured, and it's like he's like there's still a threat. Like
their third running back is stepping up.
yeah, freaking
Aaron Williams.
Yeah, I was about to say Charkandrick West, bro.
Charkandrick West, dude. Who's the other guy? Who was the other Chiefs running back? There was another guy.
They got
Le'Veon.
2 D Williams, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, they got
Le'Veon.
2 D Williams. Remember that
Le'Veon's
dude
the
was
second
supposed
one.
to be good? The other D Williams was supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
People were
He
high on him
opted
last
out,
year.
right?
Who?
Yeah, yeah. The one who won the Super Bowl not won the Super Bowl, but had a great playoff game was Daryl. No,
Oh, Daryl's
Damien.
there right now.
Damien?
He went to
Yeah.
Florida, Miami, right? He went to Miami. Didn't he?
he came from Miami. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
he was back up to Jay Ajayi, and then he came to Chiefs,
Jay Ajayi. Damn.
and they
Seemed
still
like a
got
long
Darwin
time ago.
Thompson.
Darwin
Remember
Thompson. That's
the
the
most-
guy. That was the
The
guy.
most hyped up
That's the one I'm talking about.
last
Darwin
year's
Thompson.
fantasy. Everybody was like, "You guys got to draft Darwin Thompson. He's the new
Yeah.
Chiefs running back." Didn't play a
Exactly.
single snap, bro.
That's how I felt when everyone kept talking about CEH. Still drafted him. And
Darwin Thompson. That was the name I was looking for.
Yeah.
It wasn't D. Williams.
Okay, so since we keep talking about Brady and Mahomes as if they're not getting talked about enough, let's go with biggest players in this matchup not named Brady and Mahomes. Anybody want to go first?
Oh, in this matchup?
Yeah. Players not named. One from each side. Like as in Chiefs and Bucks, not offense, defense.
I want to see the linebacker or whoever would guard. Who do you? I want to see how they match up against Travis Kelce, honestly, because that dude, he gets damn near 10-something receptions a game now. He has a lot of. I mean, you think are there safeties playing? Their safeties are back, right? They should be back because they're both
They
hurt.
have 2
Winfield
weeks.
and
Yeah.
that Jordan Whitehead. Those
Whitehead,
dudes were
yeah.
flying, dude. So
Yeah.
I think the safeties against whatever they throw at Travis Kelce. I think that's a good
I don't
matchup.
think Devin White should be on. I'm thinking Levante David's probably going to be on him.
But he's a little slower though.
Really?
He's a little
I think
slower.
Levante
Dude,
David's
Devin White.
fast.
Devin White's
Devin
fast.
White is faster.
He's fast,
I
but he's
think
only
he's faster.
5'11".
With Devin White.
Yeah, he's a bowling ball, bro.
That's true. That's true.
That's even better. They can't see him coming.
That's
Well,
He's
or you
gonna
think
come
that
out of
you think they're gonna double team Tyreek?
They can't, dude.
Remember,
Nobody's fast
remember the
enough.
first match? Remember the regular season, dude? He had like 200 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
He was getting what's his name was getting cooked. Oh, I forgot his name.
Carlton Davis,
Carlton Davis. Yeah, he was getting
24 was
cooked
getting
bad.
cooked. Oh, Sean. What's his name? Sean Murphy Bunting. We gotta look
Yeah.
for him. He
Yeah.
has 3 picks in each game so far. No, postseason, right?
Yeah, he has a lot. Yeah, I think he picked off Breeze like twice.
Yeah,
So
picked
he
up
already
Brees
has that.
twice.
Yeah,
He had another one last
I
week.
think anybody could have picked up Breeze twice in that game.
yeah, I could have picked him up, bro. That's on me. I'll pick him off as a pass rusher, bro. That's how bad he was.
What matchup are you
Um,
looking forward for this matchup? this
For
game?
me, so I got 2 for each side, or 2 for each. Well, 1 for each team. I mean, but the guy for the Bucks is JPP. I got JPP as the biggest matchup because Eric Fisher's out.
He is, right?
Yeah, that's
He
why.
is out.
That's why JPP, what he can do on that left side is going to be crucial
Yeah, he
to
was
the
going
game.
crazy. And they still have Shaq Barrett, too.
Yeah.
But Schwartz is there on the other side.
Yeah. And then I'm also going defensive line on the other side. I'm going Chris Jones because Tom Brady always struggles with inside pressure. And these teams weren't giving him any inside pressure, Saints or the Packers. And one of the
They
best
were just letting him sit there, man.
Yeah, best interior lineman right now. Well, not best, but in this matchup,
Chris Jones
is Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So those are
Trent
the guys
Clark
for
too
me.
is on the outside. So I mean,
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay?
I'm just looking forward to like the receiving core from both ends to see who's gonna step up more. You know, because
Yeah.
for the Bucks, I feel like sometimes they try to like give one, like maybe Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, like more touches rather than the other. Like they try to like maybe even it out too much that they're not just like picking on whoever has the mismatch. I think he tries to spread it out enough that it might affect their passing game that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is AB trending towards playing? Because I think he makes a big difference if he does play.
Is he injured?
Yeah,
I didn't even see anything about that.
Yeah.
Something
I saw like a weird post saying that he would still get money if he played or he didn't. I was like, what the heck?
But that's if they win. I think that's an incentive if they win.
Oh, yeah.
But
for some reason, like I'm not too worried about the wide receivers. I think they're gonna do well. But the guy that really makes a difference, other than Brady, in that backfield with him is playoff Lenny. The way playoff Lenny plays dictates that whole offense. And playoff Lenny might be.
How's their run defense going? Is it good?
I think they have a decent run defense, but run defense they never have to establish because they always play up.
Yeah,
like, they don't need teams don't run on them because the only time that they run on them if the game is close and you're the Raiders. That's the only time they ran it on the Chiefs.
You gotta throw the ball against the Chiefs.
Yeah, they score so fast. It's like, yeah.
What's key? What are you looking for defenses? I think if I'm the Chiefs, I'm blitzing. I gotta send more than 4 people at Tom Brady, man.
Yeah. Tyrann Mathieu is going to have to play close to the line of scrimmage every time. Every snap is he's next to the line of scrimmage. He can't.
Because I mean, with this Bucks offense, there's not a lot of checkdowns because the way they play, there's so many deep balls that they throw.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's one of the matchups we gotta look forward to. Blitzing Tom Brady. He doesn't have that much legs anymore.
But isn't that the coach's specialty though? Like from the beginning of the season, like always deep threat before short. So would that affect?
Hey, wasn't he the defensive coordinator when he beat Tom Brady with the Giants, right?
No,
he was the coach. One was it? I want to say it was one of him, bro. I think he was
maybe Spagnuolo. I don't know. Maybe he was. I'm not too sure actually.
Are you making stuff up now?
Nah, I swear, dude, no, because Giants beat him. I think he was there.
Yeah.
I think he was a DC. We can look at it right now. But.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Spag was there. I thought he was always on the Rams the whole time as a head coach. Yeah.
What year was that?
The early only 2 times right? Brady lost. The only 2.
Oh yeah, they did lose.
Two times Brady lost in the Super Bowl.
It might be Spag. Like
I'm telling you,
like
bro,
tying it together.
No, he's there. I think it was him. Giants defensive. Nah, but we don't have to wait for that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Cool.
You'd be crazy. That I think. Well, how about this? How do you guys compare the Bucks defense to the Niners defense last year? Not even close.
It looked like the Bucks defense was improving throughout the playoffs though. Like they're slowly kind of building chemistry together. Just like the last game that they had, it seemed like they were getting better. Even though they were really good during the season, but I think they were still slightly getting better. Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of Bucks games, but in the playoffs, dude, those dudes were flying, man. Especially that game against last week.
Yeah.
Against Green Bay.
They're really good sideline to sideline. Like I think the difference between the Niners and the Bucks defense this time, obviously the Niners had better pass rushing, but the whole like linebackers and defensive back for the Buccaneers, they fly.
It's better. I think they're better than
fly.
Because that Niners defense is that
pass rush heavy. Yeah.
TJ, I wasn't making stuff up, man. Spagnuolo has won 2 Super Bowls as defensive coordinator. One with New York Giants and one with Kansas City Chiefs. He beat Brady before. I think he has a little recipe, man.
Okay.
He's ready.
All right, so let's finish off this Super Bowl matchup. I mean, like, what are you guys gonna predict the score is gonna be? What's predicting on it? Low, high, middle?
It's gonna be high. Probably 30. I want to say 34-27. I'm gonna go with or 34-24. I'm gonna go with KC.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, what do you got?
I'm gonna go low, 24-21. KC. Because everyone's predicting it to go high. I feel like everyone's gonna outplay each other. It's gonna stay a low scoring game.
I think it's gonna be kind of like how the Super Bowl last year, where it was like super slow, and then the second half they like kind of go
crazy.
Up, but it's gonna go 20, 30-ish.
20-30-ish. Yeah. Who you got winning? KC.
It's so tough, man. Yeah. Tom Brady's. I don't know, man.
Can't count him out.
He can't count him out. And the only time that he has lost in every Super Bowl is that he's lost to a team that can rush 4 against him. And I don't know if the Chiefs can really rush 4.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like they rely a lot on blitzing or like using a lot of safety blitz. Yeah, cornerback blitz, but at the same time, it's not like he went against I don't know. Pat Mahomes is different. Like it's not he has to go against freaking Nick Foles. Like no disrespect to Nick Foles or Eli Manning. Like I don't know. It's really 50-50 for me. I want the Chiefs to win, so I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Chiefs, yeah. Go Chiefs too.
Okay, so moving on to this Super Bowl topic, let's go with the biggest trade news that happened over the weekend. Jay's Rams have a new quarterback.
Oh, Jay's Rams.
yeah.
Wait, you know a Charger fan, Jay?
No, I'm an LA fan. Alyssa's a Charger fan. Alyssa's from San Diego, dude.
All right.
Okay, so then the move was and Jared Goff obviously swapped, and the Rams threw 2 first-round picks and a 3rd-round pick.
Through
and
everything.
The Lions gave a 5th-round pick, something like that, like some random mid-round pick back to them. Do you guys think it was overpay? I'm gonna say yes, and I just want to hear what you guys say.
Definitely overpay. I feel like. I mean, what? Stafford's 33. We were talking about this yesterday. Stafford's 33. They gave him a younger QB in exchange. Gave him 2 more picks, 2 first-rounders. Yeah. I mean, I guess if they do go far and go to the Super Bowl again, I mean, we can't really say much about it. But at this standpoint right now, I think they did give up too much, honestly.
You think it's something because of the window of winning that they had to do it now? Because like
maybe.
Because
it shortened their window though. Like they had like a 4-year window, and now it's a 2-year window.
I honestly think the window was right now, or like this year and last year was like the perfect window, building up to like their Super Bowl run. But then I don't know. I honestly think it might be a little bit too late because their receiving core is kind of hurt now too. Yeah. And then they're barely trying to build up their running back core.
Yeah. What I have to say was like the more draft picks you give away, the smaller your window gets, I think, because you have no assets. And without assets, you can't get any better from look at like a difference between like somebody signing and joining you guys. Like, yeah, you get like a good superstar, but you're paying 15 to 25 million a year to this one guy compared to drafting somebody that you can just pay for 5 to 7 million for 4 or 5 years. And I think that's what you give up. You give up the opportunity to have somebody for cheap. And now it's like
true.
You're having to like, okay, our 3rd-round pick, he's going to have to freaking Taylor Rapp is going to have to be a godly freaking safety. You get me? It's like...
Yeah. I think I seen a stat though where, sorry, Jay, but what do you call it? I think there was a stat where, you know how Raiders got a lot of first-rounders. And then I think their record is still pretty bad with having all those first-rounders, right?
That's why they keep getting them.
But honestly though, like when they had drafted them, everybody was like, "Who the fuck?" Like some
Yeah, that
fucking
too. Yeah, you know
Mayweather
what?
shit.
Yeah.
Like I was like, Cleveland, who? I was like,
Dude,
when he
Seattle,
first got
dude.
drafted, and
Yeah, the Clemson dude. Oh
I was
man,
like,
it was
fucking
good though.
Jonathan Abraham Lincoln, who? Like what? Like it's like who are these guys?
That guy's
And
like
then
a Walmart Jamal Adams.
yeah, he's like one of the
Walmart
worst
Jamal
rated
Adams.
safeties too. And then they drafted a freaking cornerback last year that was to me wasn't even a top 5 corner in this draft. Oh man, he's from Ohio
Who?
State. Um, opposite of Okuda, he played opposite of him. See, it's like I don't
Yeah,
even know if he
I
even
wouldn't
played
know.
this year.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
It don't
like
even matter because you can't even name
The
them.
Raiders drafted him.
yeah, they drafted him after Henry Ruggs. They had two. They had Henry Ruggs, right? And then they drafted this
Mm.
Yeah,
cornerback,
yeah,
Paris. Some no, I might be confusing with a different guy. But it just sucks. It's like how these type of teams like have so much ammo, and this goes both ways. Like you can have no ammo in the draft and pull out a good
Be,
team,
just
and
like
then you can
Casey.
yeah.
also have yeah, and then you can have a lot of ammo and not pull out. It's like for Christ's sake, they drafted a running back in the 3rd round that they had to trade for a 5th round, and he didn't even play. He went to Miami. I forgot his name, but they had drafted him in the 3rd round. I was like, dude, that's terrible. Like you just drafted this guy. Now you have to trade
What's
him.
your opinion, Jay?
Well,
You
with
like
the
the move that
Rams,
you guys like the move or what?
I like it just because it gives us a better chance of winning. But then, like you said,
Uh-huh.
like you basically give up the future, though, right? But then at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time, like I'm thinking about it, like do the Rams actually have a good history of drafting too? Like besides, I mean, they drafted Jared Goff at 1, but they could have got other players. You know,
Yeah,
they even play him the first year that much. But
yeah,
And Donald.
yeah,
yeah,
1 out of like how many?
yeah.
I heard something today like they don't like having 1st round picks, so they just give him all away.
yeah,
It really seems like they are all in though. I mean,
yeah.
I think part of it is not trying to waste Jalen Ramsey's and Donald's prime. You
Exactly,
know,
because they're just gonna leave if
because
like they don't win
yeah,
anything. They're
yeah.
out of there.
This
And
is
it's like
under their contract years too,
yeah,
so
like,
I think those
I
are
think the big thing that happened was Aaron Donald crying. Like you knew that
yeah,
this
yeah,
guy is
yeah,
so
yeah,
sick of losing, and I think
yeah.
they're like, fuck, this guy's.
You
If
got
we
to
have
please
another
him. You got
losing
to please
season, yeah,
him.
if
I
we have
mean,
another losing season,
it doesn't help that in the LA marketplace too, like they have to win, you know, and like the fan base over
Yeah,
here, even though they're like a new team in this
yeah,
like city, they're expected to be good. And
yeah.
just look at the Chargers; they were expected to be good, right, girl? Yeah, but
That's right.
then like, yeah, I think it's
But
just
it's
the expectations, and then like the build up. The
yeah,
franchise wants to win too, which is like you can't fault them at that they want to
yeah.
win.
Which which is kind of ironic that I don't even blame Jared Goff for their loss against the Packers. Their defense got destroyed. Their number one
Yeah,
No
defense
way.
got destroyed by the Packers. Like, what is
they
Jared
got.
Goff going to do with a broken thumb? Like, what can you ask him to do? Like, what can he possibly do? It's like throw it with his left hand. Like, what do you
All
want
right,
him
and
to
you
do?
think if AD was 100%, because he didn't take a lot of snaps out there that game, I think you think
Yeah,
he would have made a difference.
A little bit more, but not too much.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
with Aaron Donald, all he needs is like 1 or 2 snaps that he can just get in the backfield,
exactly.
you know,
Yeah,
create a turnover. That could be quick. It's a big
Yeah, but
difference.
at the same times, like the question was like on the other side, like even if you stop them from 1 or 2 plays, like if you give up a field goal, like you can't even score, it doesn't matter, right? Because you're still down.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
can't
can see
run all day long.
their defensive backs. Well, this was like a while. This game was a while ago, but what I could clearly remember is their defensive backs were so confused. Like they were like getting motioned everywhere,
The
and
motions
yeah,
were
like
good.
was throwing them off. So it's like even if Aaron Donald was there,
Yeah.
Devontae
Can't
Quick
do
Adams
throws.
was
nothing.
They were
still
doing a lot of quick
he was
throws.
still gonna get Devontae Adams is still getting that quick slant if
Yeah.
Aaron Donald had an extra rib for Christ's sake. It's like
Big
But
slant. Big slant.
yeah, big slant.
was that Jalen Ramsey's fault with that quick slant? Was that his guy or was they supposed to pass him off? What do you guys think?
I mean, that's a man beater, bro. You can't go
Yeah.
from sideline to sideline and then
Yeah,
because
Yeah,
he literally. Yeah,
it's
I think
hard.
he just like
It's hard.
he forgot about. He was like half a second too late, and he
Yeah.
was just like fuck, 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 fuck. Like he probably like took his eyes off of what's name for like a quick second, and then he was already motioning. And he's like shit, and then he
it
had to
was like
run through
six,
traffic.
7 yards behind the end zone, and they only needed
Yeah,
1 yard. How do you expect them to catch him up with that?
That's hard.
yeah,
It's hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's hard to
Yeah,
guard. Very hard.
That's yeah. I don't. I still believe though. Like I'm not gonna lie. I think Rams are a favorite to win the Super Bowl from the NFC because
A lot,
back
yeah.
to what I was saying about back to what I was saying about like how there wasn't the competition didn't get better. The only team that
Mhm.
really got better, but obviously the draft hasn't started yet. But the team right now that got better was the Rams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I mean, it also starts with the defense. Like they're not gonna have a chance if they don't have a good defense. Like they can only
Yeah.
improve so much, but then once you lose their main pieces, then they have no chance at all.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see
So
how the new transition of the defense is, though.
yeah, because they
Yeah.
have Raheem Morris.
Raheem,
Yeah.
Raheem Morris.
Yeah. So
Yeah, maybe the new stadium will make a difference too.
yeah. Yeah. It didn't this. It didn't this year. Was there any other NFC teams though that got better? Like I can't really think, or like that have a high potential, like other than the Seahawks and the Rams. I can't really think of another team. Like who would honestly be there?
I mean, Green Bay will still be in the picture, I
Yeah,
think, right?
What do
yeah.
they need though? Do they still need another receiver, or do they need a defensive anchor?
The
Who?
Packers. What do,
The
what do
The
they
Packers?
need?
Packers. Yeah.
They need another. They need like a legit wide receiver too. In my opinion, they need a legit wide receiver too. More aggressive on the play calling, man.
Yeah,
I
that was
think,
trash. Yeah,
yeah, more aggressive. I
yeah.
think Matt LaFleur said I seen his report where I think he might be giving it up the play
Play calling.
calling. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he. I don't know.
It's just so
I think
weird
with the
because like in the like the regular season, it seemed like they were aggressive all the time. Sometimes maybe even too aggressive. Like they were
yeah,
just scoring as much as they can, but then I don't know what happened during the playoffs.
yeah,
I think
Overthought it too
playoff
much.
is just different. It's just a lot of pressure, but oh man,
yeah. They even had home court advantage. So I was like, where is the pressure?
yeah,
You get me?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
what is pressure to them? They got a whole
yeah.
freaking stadium of fans. What they need the most is Tom Brady to not exist. That's what they need the most. They need him to retire. That's what they
Dude.
need.
He did 3 years, right? For his contract?
I think two
Two.
with
Yeah.
With
2 plus
I don't
options?
think there's options. Yeah, I don't know if there's options in NFL. Is there? I don't think so. But
1.
No.
yeah, well, he said he's playing past 45, so it's gonna be a
Yeah.
Well,
long time.
if anybody's gonna have an option, it's gonna be him.
Yeah,
He can do the LeBron type of deal, 1+1 or 2+1.
yeah.
NFC.
Cardinals would be
They're
the
like
only team.
Cowboys.
But man, if
Cowboys.
Dak
No, no.
stays, but they're
Got
I
it.
don't know who their new defensive coordinator. Oh, it's Falcons head coach. He became their coordinator. What is his name?
Dan Quinn.
No, Dan Quinn.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that is the new DC, huh?
yeah.
He's a good DC.
They
He's a
could
good
play. Them and the Cardinals to me are probably the only
Yeah.
teams really.
But I mean, I feel like it's too soon. There's still a lot of moves that to be done in the off season,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Draftees, all that. But
If this is a really sleeper team, but if the Panthers end up getting Deshaun Watson,
Hmm.
yeah,
that would be because their defense low key
McCaffrey,
is up and
Christian
coming.
McCaffrey is still there, huh?
Yeah, and their defense is young, and they're built like hybrids, kind of
Mhm.
like how the Chiefs are built. Like they have a safety that can play linebacker, or a safety that can play corner, or corner can play safety.
Yeah.
Really hybrid defense that could be a big time. So if they get Deshaun, or let me change this up. If anybody gets Deshaun in the NFC, they're gonna be there.
Like they're holding him hostage, dude. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
But all he has to do is not show up to camp, and then they're gonna move him, right?
yeah, yeah. Damn, there's actually so much damn NFL talk, and I'm mad because we still have NBA to talk. But it was like I didn't even put in the script to talk about Deshaun Watson. So
Uh,
it's
we can
10:05
touch
right
up
now.
on that.
We'll talk about for 5 minutes because that means
Deshaun
we'll talk
Watson.
about it for 10 minutes. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
let's talk about Deshaun Watson. Where do you guys think he's going, or who offers the best package?
I mean, without a doubt, I think Jets have the best assets, obviously, right? You get the number 2 pick, and then a couple more on top of that.
Hmm.
I think they have the most to give up to convince them, but I mean, it's just a matter of fact if they're actually going to do it.
Hmm.
They're actually going to do the trade.
but they're
doesn't he
also
have a no clause? There's like a no clause on his thing, in there.
Yeah, he has a
So
trade clause.
how do you go about that? Do you know? Like if
like he
you
can
are
waive
requesting
it.
it,
He can waive it if he wants to go
No,
to
I
the
think the
team.
team has to waive it.
yeah, the team. That's why I feel
Oh,
like
it's
that's what they
not
were
his no
saying.
trade
Yeah.
clause.
No. Yeah,
Ew.
it's no trade clause is from the team.
All right,
So
this is what he's gonna have to do. Okay, so he's gonna have to fly to Atlanta, right? Spend some time with little baby, right? And then after flying to Atlanta, he goes to Las Vegas, right?
right.
And and then something with honey buns. I just remember there being honey buns in this whole, and then that's all he has to do.
And you got to give him a watch too.
Yeah, give him a watch, and then play the Lakers, and then that's what happens.
But would
Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna get past that trade clause.
Yeah, that trade clause is I think is what that's why all those the GM was saying all that like oh he's ours like he's our QB.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
don't know how that goes if you can waive that trade clause or not.
yeah. It's like, has anybody ever even done that? Like, I'm sitting out
That's
the
what I'm saying.
season. Like, well, he could technically. He has every right to
Yeah,
sit
he
out the season
definitely
of
can.
COVID.
He can just
Like, he's like,
not show up.
I mean, his fucking that shit has me dying because his Instagram bio has football inquiries instead.
He doesn't have
He doesn't have the Texas anymore. It
Texas.
says hit up David. I forgot his name. He's an agent. David Moggiari or something like that. Yeah, Moggietta or whatever.
He said Bakhtiari.
For football freaking inquiries. I was laughing.
That's like
at
the Rich
that.
Paul. I feel like that's the Rich Paul football,
NFL.
dude.
Yeah.
David,
A lot of guys have him.
yeah, a lot of guys have that dude. But.
Yeah, so he's probably just taking his value as much as possible. It's like saying, I'm not going to play, so if you guys don't trade me now, every asset that or every offer somebody gives you is going to be lower.
Mm-hmm.
Because it needs to be done before the trade deadline because the Texans want to draft before, like, and make sure they know who they're drafting. Because it's like different from the NBA. It's like how they can trade mid-season. It's like it's different with the NFL because like, well, I want your picks for this whole draft class that's coming up.
Like, you think the staff trade values like upside for Watson? You think it ups like his worth?
If what?
Because you know how Rams gave up 2 first-rounders, right?
Oh yeah, big time, bro.
Yeah.
They better have some Bitcoin shares. That's all I know. And GameStop shares. Oh no, GameStop's low, but Bitcoin. They better have some Bitcoins to offer him. And 5 first-round picks and your best player, not Jimmy G.
Not Jimmy G.
Jimmy's not worth anything.
Do you think that the Texans would feel some sort of way about him though? Like, do you think they'll ship him out to a place where he's actually not gonna win, just to be petty, or you think they'll actually grant his trade to be competitive?
Go ahead, Ralph. Go.
No, go ahead. I don't know how. Go ahead.
I might be looking at this too deep, but it seems like Deshaun Watson is well beloved in the NFL community, and if they trade him off to like some random place, nobody's gonna join the Texans. Like, oh, is that how you're gonna treat our boy? Like that type of stuff. Yeah. Like you're gonna treat our guy like that? Like, how dare you guys? I'm never gonna join you guys. But if they trade him off, he's like, maybe the Texans aren't so bad. Like they let him get what he wants. He got his wish. Stafford even got his wish of being traded to the Rams. It's like, I respect an organization like that. I would join an organization. I would work for an organization that at least did me right at the end, rather than sending him off to freaking Canadian Football League or something.
CFL. I don't know.
Can you say something, Ralph?
Can you add on to it? So is he like the James Harden of the NFL then right now?
No, because he's not partying. Like James Harden literally was just like, "Yo, I got PTO. I am using the living shit out of this PTO."
It seems like Deshaun Watson's a little more humble about it.
Yeah.
He's not like demanding, but
yeah.
Oh, so he's like AD then.
Yeah.
He's like AD.
Hey, that's exactly how AD's trade went down. Though. They said they told AD just keep it behind closed doors. Let me handle it. And Dell Demps was the one that leaked the trade.
Yeah. And
he was the GM of the Pelicans. He's the one that leaked it to get like.
You want to get better players, yeah.
Yeah. And then they told AD wanted to play, and I guess like Dell Demps was like, "Nah, you're playing only 18 minutes a game, bro. Like, nice try, something like that. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked, even though that I feel like the Houston Texans are petty enough to hold on to him in this season and trade
Yeah, I
him
think they do.
mid-season. I
I
think
think
that's
they
what's
have
gonna
that.
happen. Yeah, they're just gonna do
From what
that,
they,
like just because they have the power to do that. It's not like I'm not
yeah,
gonna give you what you want.
from their comments, it seems like they're gonna keep him hostage as long as they can. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that the Texans, bro,
How do you feel
is
about that? How do you feel about their comments? How
the Texans.
Texans owners' comments? How they were basically claiming that he was still there when he clearly asked for the trade, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think
I
that's a
don't know.
power move, mind game.
Mind games. I mean,
I
then
think
then the Texans have an history about mistreating their players too.
yeah, their
Was it
players and
their?
their
Yeah,
employees.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think their like PR person got fired, and like JJ Watt and them were pissed that their public relations person got fired. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? Or like DeAndre Hopkins got traded for a bag of chips.
Or
It's like,
bag of chips, dude.
yeah. And then they traded for Laramie Tunsil for more than a bag of chips. They said, "Here's a
And
whole
that
bag. here's a bag. Here's a bag of picks."
Dude, they would have had a top 3 pick right now, or top 4, right?
Yo, that's the craziest thing.
Yeah, top to third. They had to have the third pick right now.
Yeah.
They didn't trade for Laramie Tunsil.
Maybe top
That's
5, 4 or 5, one of the
insane.
two. Yeah.
No, 3, because that 3 is a Dolphins pick, right?
You're right. 3 is the
Yeah, so
Dolphins
that
pick.
this would have been their pick.
Yeah. It's
So,
crazy stuff, man. Texans. City of Houston, bro. The city of Houston's in shambles, bro.
Maybe.
We've been talking about the NFL for more than an hour. As what I said in the beginning of when we were getting this all together was that this pod episode was only going to be an hour, but
This is probably the most we talked about NFL
yeah.
too.
What?
yeah, we just reached
Close to an hour for real.
but we just reached a 2-minute warning of the first half. Just kidding. All right,
Exactly.
okay.
We're at
I'll
50
move on.
minutes right now, exactly.
Yeah, all right. I'll move on to the NBA. NBA is low-key fast though because it's not like we're not talking too deep into that.
Yeah,
Alright,
we
we'll
got a
see.
whole season. We got a whole
Yeah, we got
season
a
of
whole
Super Bowls
season,
here,
yeah.
so it's all good.
Yeah, like the biggest news right now is some
Last-
guy named Rodney. I don't know who that is.
Rodney.
Yeah. Hey, let's start off with that.
Rodney.
Let's start off with that. So, do you guys think Clay Thompson's comments of Rodney Magruder being out in a few years or next year? What do you say? I forgot. Something
Out of the league
Go ahead, Jay.
soon. No, go
Yeah,
go
was it
ahead,
out of
Ralph.
pocket
You're
or
the
fair?
Warriors ambassador over here. You gotta go first, dude.
Was it out of pocket? Absolutely not, man. Nah, I don't think it was out of pocket. I mean, he's defending his guy, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
he went to our bench. This guy didn't play the whole game. He played the last 5-6 minutes, and then he had the audacity to go over there, talk to
Yeah.
our bench, talk shit, talk whatever he was going to say.
Yeah.
I think he deserved. I mean, he had it coming, man. You know?
Yeah, like for me, it's like there's announcers that be talking crap. Shaq be talking
Yeah.
crap. All these other guys is like,
That's a
okay,
good
like,
argument.
oh, we're gonna put it on like a higher pedestal because it's Clay. It's like, dude, relax, man. That guy's just not doing anything. He's not hurting anybody's feelings. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's just the
And then Wayne
competitiveness in their
Ellington.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Wayne Ellington had said something about Magruder being the most humble and
Yeah.
down earthy guy. And if
Yeah.
he was humble, then why did he go to the bench?
Yeah.
Like, why did he go over
Yeah.
there?
I mean, that's
Started all
just
that.
them standing up for their teammates too. You know,
Yeah.
they're not gonna throw him out of the buzz, but
Yeah.
I think the fact
But-
that Clay just went on the mic right after the game with him not playing is like it's just
Yeah.
creating controversy just because he's been out.
It's fun though. It makes it like people
Yeah,
get too
man.
personal with it. Like I'm like, yo, like this is why you're injured, bro. I'm like, okay, like come on.
Yeah,
You
big
act like
baby.
you-
Come on, man.
yeah, I was like, dog, chill out. I don't know why.
I think
people
that
are
was
saying,
out of
like,
hand. That was more
Yeah,
out
that
of
was
hand
Yeah,
than Clay
you
speaking.
never wish for
Yeah.
anyone's health to be
oh yeah, like,
down, man.
like,
You don't
dude,
do
like you
that.
could Big Baby Davis can like just simmer down a little bit and still been hurtful. Like you could have just said like, but it wouldn't have been like out of pocket like his comment. You could have just said, "Yo,
Yeah.
Clay, continue rehabbing, like get off the mic or whatever." Like that's still low key funny, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's funny, whatever." But the shit that's saying is like, "You deserve that." I'm like, "Whoa." Like he literally just was joking around. Like
Yeah.
Clay was joking around. Like
Yeah,
he
he was
meant it,
definitely
but was
joking
joking
around.
around at the same time. It's like
Yeah.
you act like he called you like a straight out bum. Like you're a bum. Like he just
Mhm.
said you might be out for a few years. A few years could be 10 years. You don't know. It's
Yeah,
like,
because this is what Magruder's second, third year, right? He's
yeah,
a new guy
something
in
like
new
that.
guy on the block.
My boy Rodney.
Nice. He's
But
been he's
Rodney,
been passed around. Like he was in the Heat, he was in the Clippers.
He was on the
So
Clippers. Yeah, yeah, I remember.
he was with the Heat. I didn't know
he
that.
was with the Heat.
I always confuse him with Josh Richardson.
They were
They
there
kind of like
together
are
at the
built
same
this. Yeah, they
time.
were like built the same like too. And I was like, what the hell I thought this was Josh
That's funny.
Richardson.
Yeah.
We're really talking about fucking Rodney McGruder.
Well, maybe that now that we're talking about him, he won't be out of the league anymore.
Oh, that's true. Somebody.
So maybe
Hey,
Clay
Clay.
did save his spot.
I was like, I don't know. Maybe the G League counts as a NBA league, so he might not be out of the league. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, if he's out of there,
And
he'll
then
probably play somewhere else.
Draymond had to slay that dude down. Oh
Dude,
my
Draymond,
goodness.
pause.
Oh, yeah. Man. Rodney.
Rod. All right, as we continue talking about Clay and the Warriors, this is going to be a trade scenario for Ralph.
Oh,
Mr. Bradley Beal
Seen
himself.
it coming. Bradley Beal.
Yeah. What would you? Well, first of all, would you make a trade for him? And if you are willing to, what are you willing to give up?
Just as for the Warriors, you asking?
Yeah.
I would trade for him, but I would not give up James Wiseman or Andrew Wiggins. And I
so
feel
who are
like
you giving up?
I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like those two they would ask to trade for them too, honestly. And I don't think
Wizards
I
would
don't think
ask
we
for
give up
Wiseman for
Wiseman.
sure. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
they
that's
would
the only.
definitely. So, but I wouldn't be. Nah, I don't think it's necessary for us to really do that. If we, I don't know. I don't think so. Because I
For me,
mean,
it's
Clay
like-
comes back next year,
Yeah,
right? They can bring out the same. They're basically the same player.
yeah, that's
Right?
true. That draft pick
Yeah.
though is Loki could like lessen the value package of
That
the
draft
trade.
pick.
That draft pick is big time. Like they don't
That
have
draft
to
pick
give
is.
two players. Yeah.
But if you were the Washington Wizards, you would ask for James Wiseman, wouldn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would ask for
Big time.
any single one of them. Steph,
I-
Clay,
No,
Wiseman,
I know. I was
Draymond,
like,
anybody.
I'm inquiring.
not.
I'm inquiring about Steph and Ralph, bro. I'm just like, that Ralph guy better be a Wizards fan.
Well, I wouldn't even trade Kelly Oubre, bro. Come on,
Of
man.
course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. I wonder why.
It ain't because of that reason. Nah, but
How about this trade
What-
scenario, Ralph? So if you're not gonna go for Beal, would you go just for this year purpose alone? Would you try trade for JJ Redick?
nah.
He would take that
'Cause-
Clay spot though. Like that
But
would
then
open up the
what
floor
would
a
he
lot
do?
more.
I feel like honestly, bro. I watched a lot. I've watched every game of Warriors game this year. I think we have what we need. It's just these guys are young. You know what I mean? They're really young, still learning the system. If you think about it, what 2-3 years ago, we had a lot of vets coming off the bench to like calm things down. We had Livingston, we had Iguodala,
Barbosa,
Barbosa,
David
and then
West,
it's like
Alfonso
David
McKinney.
West too. Mo Spates, Mo Spates,
Mo
dude.
Spates, Mo
Mo
Buckets.
Spates. But
JaVale McGee.
I feel like with time, man, I think this roster can do some damage moving back up there again. I like this roster that we have. Pretty young. We're really young.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep that.
So do you
Cause,
just want? Obviously, it's either playoffs or not. You want to go make the playoffs?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I think we're
Even
at
in a stacked
11 and
draft?
9. Even
Yeah.
in a stacked draft, yeah. Because I mean, next year, what we still get? We would still get the Minnesota's pick, right? Even
No,
if we don't get it.
if you guys get this year's, yeah. Well,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's either this year or next year's, whatever you.
Yeah, it's either this year or next year, but I'd like to make the playoffs. I mean, we're 11 and 9. That's not ideal. But
You guys are improving though from the start of the season.
oh
like-
yeah, but it's really inconsistent for us, man. We can't put on a 2-game winning streak, 3-game winning streak.
Y'all be
It's
beating
kinda
some
bad.
good ass teams too, and then just call it a day against like
Right,
some
that's what I'm
random ass
saying.
team.
Inconsistent. We're very inconsistent right now.
Is
Like, we
there any
put one
moves that
good game.
you would want to make, or no? You're fine. You're really fine with this team.
I like the roster, dude. Honestly, I really like it. Like the Lonzo thing. I don't know how that would make sense for us. Lonzo
I don't
and
think it
JD
makes
Redick
sense.
for Ray, right? I don't. I like. I think I really like the roster because I mean we're pretty known to develop the guys that we have. You know what I mean? These guys are really really young, man, and I feel like all of them can really work. Like Jordan Poole, he's going to the G League. Just I think he already went to the G League. He's gonna play for like 15 games over there. I think he can be a really good player for us. He's like 20. He's like 20, 21. So I mean, with me knowing that we really do develop these guys, I don't think there's necessarily any moves that we have to make. Like Steve Kerr knows what he's doing, right? I think Steve Kerr we trust, man. Trust that guy.
What's your take on the Splash brother-in-law?
Who? Oh, Damian Lee. Hey man, Damian Lee is pretty good. I really thought he wasn't gonna be this. He developed because he came from. I forgot what team he came from. Honestly, oh damn. Do you know where he came from? Where he
D
came?
League, D League,
He
something.
had another team before this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think we really do develop a lot of these guys. Look at Andrew Wiggins. He's
He's playing way
showing up.
better.
He's playing way better. So
Way better system, that's why.
as it trades, man, I'd be surprised if we do. I mean, I don't know, but if we
Damian
make
Lee
like a
was on the
big
Hawks.
splash trade, Damian Lee was on the Hawks. See, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
But he was actually on Santa Cruz Warriors for a little bit.
Yeah, he was on the G League.
He's 28. Goddamn. He's old.
Yeah.
The whole roster last year was Santa Cruz Warriors.
That's
man.
facts.
Last year was a blur. Last year I didn't even watch any of our games, dude. To be honest with you, I couldn't.
You're rocking with the color of your hoodie. You know what I'm saying? That gold, that purple and gold. You know what I'm saying?
So, do you think we need? What do you think? Do you watch your games? Do you watch your games here and there?
I do. I watched a few of them. I mean, all their games are really nationally televised because they thought
Yeah.
those. I was like, bro, I keep seeing them, but I don't know. I feel like the way NBA trades are, it's like people ask for too much, and it's
right.
It's like the Warriors only have whatever they have, you know. It's like I would rather just wait this year out. Maybe you guys get a good pick, like knock on wood, you guys make the playoffs. But what if you guys don't make the playoffs and you guys still get two top 15 picks? It's like, yo, you guys can build the youth and foundation of your team just off of the past two drafts.
That's
like,
why.
What's the point? What's the point of like? Yeah, it's like that. I don't know if you ever seen that one meme, but it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like Master Splinter. You know Master Splinter, the rat. He's holding like two little turtles, or four little turtles, being the four little dudes. And then the next picture, the four turtles are adults and they're holding Master Splinter, who's old. And that's what Steph Curry's gonna be. He's the one. Him and Draymond are holding the little four turtles' hands. And then when they're old, it's gonna be the four young guys that take over, like Wiseman, freaking what's his name? What's Cade Cunningham? I don't know. Yeah, or like even like all those drafts from this year is like, is it really worth? Because that's what every team's gonna do. Is like, well, if you guys want to make a trade, you're gonna have to give up that top 3 pick that you have, or top 5 pick of the Timberwolves.
Like if we do make a trade, like let's say for Beal, perhaps. I don't know if we're a championship team with Beal, honestly, still, because it would have to give up a lot of pretty good players.
Yeah.
And
it's like, I don't know if that's worth it.
Yeah. So that's why I say I don't think we really need to.
Especially a mid-season too. Like there's no point. It's like there's no chemistry. There's like basically starting over.
Yeah.
And that's the tough thing about mid-season trades is that you're banking on buyouts. Compared to a trade happening in the off season, it's like, well, there's this guy who's a free agent who can come join, like how the Lakers had all these random veterans that joined for cheap, but that can't happen in the midseason. It's like, but it's like if you trade, are you just gonna throw?
And they already didn't have the regular training camp schedule, right? Because of this COVID. Yeah,
they had like a week. After the draft is like a week or two, and then preseason.
Hey, Mendoza, I have this question for you though. You know more about contracts. Do you think we would have enough? You think Oubre is gone after this year?
Oh, I think he would be. I think that they were just trying to keep him to be competitive this year, and the Warriors owners are rich as hell. So it was like, well, F it, let's go 90 million into this luxury cap and just
I
try to be
know.
competitive this year.
I asked that question because I feel like he can, dude. If he wants to accept that role, I think he can come off a bench for us.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
he
mean?
has to
Like,
go. His salary's reduced big time. I don't
that's
think
why I'm
the
asking
Warriors.
because the
Yeah, the
salary is
Warriors
going to be
wouldn't
a
be able
problem. Because I
because
mean,
if they give him a max, they're gonna get stuck with the same team with
that's
Clay.
true.
And it's
Yeah,
like, but honestly, you need to
yeah,
get a bigger
man.
team than now. Yeah,
Because I like that guy, bro. I really, bro. If you guys watch the games, he does a lot of dirty work out there. You know what I mean?
He plays hard.
Dude, he gets so many deflections. I don't know if you guys are watching. Dude, he gets deflections out there. It's crazy.
that boy's dunks are nasty in game, like
Yeah.
legit nasty.
That's why I don't know.
They're disrespectful.
Yeah, he would be good if they kept him, like for
If
cheap.
for cheap. I mean, it can happen, but I mean, he would have to agree for that, right?
Yeah, he might. What if he signed one of those Montrezl Harrell type of deals, like just
That's what. Yeah, that's why I
trial
asked.
runs?
That's what I'm asking because I know.
Oh,
I know you know more about.
I don't think
I
you
know you
guys
know
use
more
an
about
ML.
contracts.
You guys
I
didn't
don't
use
think
a
they
mid-level
do.
exception. They didn't use
They,
it this year.
yeah,
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
that's why I asked you because I don't know. I really feel like if he comes off the bench for us and accepts that role, because right now he's playing with a second unit a little more.
Yeah, and
And
he plays better off of
yeah,
this.
and he's actually playing a little better, like more aggressive, having that option. So I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
It was kind of the same thing when Iggy signed with us, right? And he kind of accepted that role coming off the bench.
That's true.
But I mean, he is pretty young still, so
He might be looking for a payday though, like he has one more big contract in him before he could settle.
Yeah.
But you never know.
I want to keep the guy, man. For real. Pause.
All right, so as you guys just want to just go with some random questions just to end off the podcast, let's just go. I'll just do some like not quick fire, but I'll just ask random questions.
Go ahead.
Ralph,
I look at like the go ahead.
What? No, go ahead. Go ahead. What you want to talk about?
The favorite shooters outside of Stephen Clay. That was a good one.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that. Who is your favorite shooter not named Clay or Wardell?
In the past, I'll give you two players.
In the past,
currently playing right now. I want to give you. I say Peja. Peja was a shooter.
Peja was nasty.
Peja was a shooter, dude. He has that crazy ass shooting stroke. Pause.
Yeah.
But,
did you know he was 6'10", bro, or 6'11"?
Yeah, he was.
I did not know that, bro.
Yeah,
I thought he was like 6'7" or 6'8".
He's 6'10", bro.
He was like 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah.
I'd say Peja, and then current player. I mean, pretty obvious. Duncan Robinson, right? That dude's got a strap.
That boy got a strap.
He's also 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player, Jay?
Shooters, yeah.
Ooh, Duncan's pretty good. I like Duncan. He's like one of those underrated players that just came out of nowhere. So he has like that chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't need to dribble the ball like that either.
Yeah.
Catch and shoot.
I'm trying to think of my favorite pass shooter, Robert Horry, bro. That man.
Robert Horry, clutch
he
game.
made the big. What do you call it? The stretch 4,
stretch 5. Yeah.
Him, Dirk. I really like Dirk as a shooter. When he was like, that man used to pull up as a 7-footer, freaking rainbow.
His shot is like coming into the rim so high that it comes out of like the screen.
Have you ever seen his shot getting blocked? I don't.
No.
I can't go back and think. I don't think he's ever been blocked.
He arced that thing high, bro. No matter where he was from, like he was freaking 5 feet away from the paint. That motherfucker would be arcing it.
Yeah.
His shot kind of looks like you hold like the button on 2K a little bit long. Kind of tilts back in it.
Fadeaway. Yeah.
Still going in though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duncan Robinson is a hell of a shooter though. He's someone I like too.
Yeah. It was perfect that he landed in
Joe Harris. Joe Harris could shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Joe Harris? Who's better, Joe Harris? Joe Harris or Duncan or Davis Bertans?
Davis Bertans is trash, bro. This year he's been bad.
Oh, he's been bad this year?
Yeah, I don't think he's been good, right? Like
he's been hurt too, but then he did get paid 5 for 80 or 4 for something, like almost the same as Joe Harris.
Yeah.
So
he did get a payday.
I'm going Duncan Robinson.
Oh yeah, Duncan Robinson.
He can shoot 2 for 10 and he still affects the game in one way. Like
Yeah.
his way of shooting just gravitates. Like you have to the defense has to gravitate over him.
And he can move it up the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to dribble it or nothing.
I hate how he's so good at that stuff where he rubs off the screen off of Bam
Yeah.
and then he'll pull up and then he realizes he's contested and then he'll just dip it off to Bam and then run off from the other side of the screen and then pull up. I'm just like
a lot of players don't have that like energy. I feel like to run around, open spots.
He gets up high too when he jumps. Like he has like a perfect jump when he shoots.
It's a jump shot.
Yeah,
it's like he's like the modern version, kind of like even though JJ Redick is still playing, like he's kind of improved JJ Redick player. Like
he's taller too, so it's way harder to block.
Yeah.
He goes straight up, not even like moving or tilting or something. Just straight up. I can't even touch it.
Yeah. Okay. Move on to a next question. I'm gonna throw a random one. Favorite. This might be a biased question because it will favorite non all-star player right now. That isn't just in general. Like no, he not all-star nothing. So it can be a role player.
I like CJ.
See, he's all-star, bro. Well, somebody that's like. Somebody,
never.
Okay, I'm gonna say. Let me switch it up. Someone scoring less than 20 points per game.
Because if Ralph's gonna go with CJ, I was gonna go with Drew Holiday. So,
a lot of players talk about him being like the most underrated. A lot. So.
Okay, so I guess an underrated player that no one really talks about a lot. Because I was thinking like legit off the bench guy. That's what I was thinking. My question was, or somebody that you never really hear or talk about. Like one of my guys that I was gonna say was Desmond Bane off of the Grizzlies.
Rookie, huh?
Yeah. See, like you guys are, who the fuck is Desmond Bane?
I seen his stats, dude. I think he's like top 3-point shooter right now.
Yeah, Desmond Bane.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's where I'm saying like somebody legit. Hey, don't be talking about the GOAT like that up in here.
Caruso.
Yeah, that's what I was like talking about. Like somebody that's legit under the radar, like an average listener of this podcast wouldn't even know who I'm like talking about.
You think they would know about Halliburton or Okoro? They've been paying pretty well too.
Oh, Okoro. We were talking about Okoro for a minute.
Okoro's pretty good.
Yeah.
I say Eric Pascal, man.
Eric Pascal's nice, bro.
No, for real, dude. Hey,
he's like a modern version of Mo Buckets.
Yeah.
Just gets it done.
Getting buckets out there.
It's like I'm trying my best not to be biased because I want to say Horton Tucker and Alex Caruso. It's like,
okay, how about we make you can't say anyone from the Warriors or the Lakers.
Okay.
This is harder than I
This
thought.
is tough. Yeah, because I keep thinking of like big players. Like I was about to say Shea, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, Lou Dort.
Oh, I got one.
There we go. Lou Dort for me. Lou Dort. There we go.
Lou Gantz Dort.
Shake Milton's a good one. Yeah.
Shake Milton. That dude.
Same person on that squad. What's his name?
Tyron Maxey?
Oh, he was a defender.
Tybal.
Yeah, Matisse Tybal.
Yeah, Matisse Tybal, yeah.
Yeah. I like him a lot.
I have a good Sixers, I guess.
Jay would say Michael Porter Jr. That's for sure. That guy loves. Jay loves Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah. I was gonna say DeLon Wright, kind of underrated.
Is he balling?
He's with Toronto. Toronto.
Yeah. No.
He's in Detroit now.
Yeah, Detroit.
He's all right. I mean,
I was gonna say another rookie, but Emmanuel Quickly. He's really good.
My goodness.
I think I was telling Jay about him. Jay, remember I was telling you like a few months ago? I was like, the guy that I want for the Lakers was Desmond Bane or Emmanuel Quickly. Those are two guys that I wanted. And then, they're doing kind of funny that they're both doing really good.
See, should be a exec scout.
Bro. I'm stuck
over Anthony Edwards too, dude. I know that's like a name already, but Anthony Edwards has a lot of game.
He's getting better. He's getting better.
He has a lot of game, dude.
I can't think of anybody else. I keep thinking of like somebody on the Knicks.
Most of the people that we're naming are like rookies, just because like nobody knows them too much yet.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to think about like a player that's been around, but not really. Seth Curry.
Yeah. Okay.
Seth.
Okay, I got another question. Three guys. Who would you rather have from these three? Zach LaVine, Devin Booker, or Bradley Beal?
Oh
Contracts,
man.
everything is added to this. Like where they're worth currently. Like, is it worth to pay them that much?
Age.
Where their contracts at? Age, everything.
Who you going with, Jay?
Go ahead, Kevin. You haven't gone first yet.
God damn it! I think
I know who we
Zach.
picking.
I think Zach wouldn't get a lot, but I'll go Zach.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you would
and
rank him
Zach
Zach.
said, yeah,
That's a good one.
and then Zach said that he wanted to play with like a guy like LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That's what he had like said in like this one interview where like, the guy that I wanted to play with is like LeBron, and he's really doing amazing this year, even though they're not doing that well.
Wait, you're saying you want him to be in the Lakers, or you just saying you want like he's the best player out of that three?
Oh, did I say best player? He's the best player to me. Has him and Devin are probably the youngest out of the two for sure.
Yeah.
Devin for sure is youngest.
Yeah.
But Zach, I like Zach. Yeah.
Like,
Zach he can put as much points as Zach as Devin, but it seems like Zach just has like I don't know, like there's just
I think he's
to him.
Isn't he 50, 40, 90 right now or no?
Yeah, bro.
Close to that. He should definitely be an all-star though, 100%.
I like Zach too, just because like let's say like if we go into like who do you want to start the franchise with, like Zach would be the guy that like you put in a poster and like because he's gonna create the buzz, like highlights and everything.
Yeah, that's why
and then
too.
it's like an all-around game.
Yeah. Did Zach LaVine? He tore his ACL, right? Like
I was gonna ask you that. I was
like, wait, didn't he just?
He had a major injury.
Yeah. ACL.
Yeah. It was ACL.
He was still in Minnesota, right? When he tore it.
Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. He was still there. Is this the second team? Third? No, second.
No, second.
No, second. Yeah.
Yeah, he got traded for Butler.
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, it was.
And Chris Dunn. Him and Chris Dunn.
Yeah, Chris Dunn. It's like a 1-year rental.
Yeah. Okay, so Ralph, what do you feel?
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Bradley Beal, man. 35 points is crazy, dude.
35, 5 and 5.
Like I want to say Booker too, but I feel like Bradley he's improved a little more, or he's shown that he can actually defend a little more than Booker.
But Bradley's first step is like elite, bro.
Yeah,
his first step is crazy. Like I've never seen like guys
very underrated.
His footwork is really good too. Like like that helps a lot with the first step, and then like his pivot. Yep.
Yeah, he just stops on a dime. Like
I remember when he was getting drafted, they were just like trying to say like, oh, we just want him to try to be a spot up shooter type of guy.
Yeah.
And it's like funny because that's like the same thing with Devin Booker. It's like, oh, we just want them to be a spot up shooter, and look what they've become. Crazy. Yeah.
Good looking too. What?
Cut off the pod. All right, I got 2 more questions. This one's a really simple one. Off of how many games has it been? Almost 19 or 20 games, probably a third way through the season. Who do you guys have winning the championship?
Oh man,
you already kind of see like enough of the Nets and all that, and
I feel like this is a very open league this year.
Is it?
But with that being said, you know, I think I'm gonna go with Brooklyn, man. I think Brooklyn.
Is there anybody in the East that could contend with Brooklyn in your eyes, though?
Philly. If they show
really
up in the playoffs and if they stay healthy, because I know Ben Simmons is not really like that guy, but I think he makes a big difference still being healthy. You know what I mean? Because he was missing last year, right? He didn't play the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he was hurt.
He didn't. Yeah. No. He had like a big disc. Yeah, like
the back. Yeah.
And Embiid is just playing out of his mind, dude.
Isn't it funny that Daryl Morey tried to eliminate the big man? He is gifted the best big man. Like it's just like what?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. The guy really tried to do that.
You got winning, Jay. Don't say the Lakers.
Who else? But the thing is, like me and Kevin have been saying like the Lakers, but I think the Brooklyn could give them a run for their money if they meet up in the finals. Though, like I said,
I
like
gotta,
it's gonna be 7 games at least, or
I
7
got a
games
new team.
period.
I got a new team. It
I was
ain't
gonna say
them two.
Utah. No, not Utah.
If these two guys play 50, 40, 90 for the rest of the year, the Clippers are the favorites.
That's true. Yeah, I can't. You know,
I can't
they kind of
front,
flew.
and I'm a
They
Clipper
kind of
hater,
did.
bro.
Yeah, they
You're
kind
a
of flew.
Paul George hater.
Bro,
They're both
I
doing
am a
50,
big
40, 90?
Quietly.
bro,
Both you're
bro,
lying to them?
Bofa, literally.
I didn't know it
It
was
is
both of them, dude.
insane.
You sure?
It's crazy.
Yeah. Aren't
Cause
they on
look
like
at
a win streak too?
yeah,
Been
Wow,
like
I didn't know
living.
like
both of
this is
them.
why like this
40,
this is what they can do
90.
against the Lakers. So they have two wings. Well, they have four, maybe five guys that can guard LeBron because Pat Bev, Marcus
Yeah,
Morris, Batum, Kawhi,
Batum was
Paul
underrated
George
pickup.
can guard him. And then you have Zubac, who's actually playing really well. Him and Ibaka can just give AD at somewhat
Yeah,
of a hard time,
yeah.
right? And then look if they play
Just
the
given the
Nets.
size.
Look if they play the Nets. They have Bev, the same
Oh,
guys
Yeah,
that could guard LeBron, guard all
yeah.
three of their superstars, and they still have Ibaka with the inside presence and Zubac against the Nets. That's why it's like I'm not I'm trying to like deny that like yeah they are chokers, like I say that, but bro, the way that Tyronn Lue got them boys is like
What are they
scary.
doing more different this year? I haven't really
They
watched a lot, but
they don't ISO play anymore. It's swing
it's a
until
lot of
someone's
swing.
wide open. Yeah,
Okay,
pin downs.
that's a bit.
Pin downs for Paul George.
yeah. And
Yeah, I
Lou
did.
Will's not going to the strip club, so that's a big difference too.
Yeah, I really didn't know. Both of them were averaging 50, 40, 90, bro. That's
Oh,
insane.
that's wild. With I think 2 or 3 steals a game, both of them. It's
Oh
crazy.
my god.
Like
Yeah.
elite defense still. Yeah. That's why I was like, I don't know. Like I love the Lakers and I like this Nets matchup that they're gonna try to speak into existence, but
I'd like to see
Ka-
that.
Kawhi
Clippers they're playing
47%.
tomorrow.
Who
Clippers
wins
and the
tomorrow?
Nets are playing tomorrow.
Oh shit.
I think James is Harden is out though, isn't he?
No, I think he's playing.
He was
Kawhi went
out.
down on his 3-point.
No,
Oh, Kawhi
47%.
down to-
So it's still
Oh.
40 plus. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's close to 50.
I
He's
think
more close to 50.
PG was 50 50 90. That's the crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
Paul George did say he was
Back to-
going back to his MVP
Back
stuff.
to his MVP.
Yeah.
Oh man.
His third
But he
place MVP.
never won his MVP. That's why I like that, bro.
But wait, but first off, like what pisses me off about like Paul George is that like this has nothing to do with Paul George, but like since I always tweet and talk shit about him, his ads keep popping up on my Twitter. I don't know if you guys get the same ads, but it's like him with Alienware, like PC gaming. And I was like, why do I keep seeing Paul George's ad on my feed? And I had to tell like the Twitter feed is like, please stop showing me this shit. Because I keep talking about him, and you know that's how that shit is. Like if you keep
Yeah.
talking about a certain thing, it's gonna
Yeah.
populate to try to show. And I was like, God damn it.
Ads.
Yeah.
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 You gotta stop
All right.
tweeting about him, Kevin.
I know. I stopped. I've been complimenting him so it could go in like a reverse effect. I can don't jinx
Time
it.
flies when you're in this little talk show.
Oh, bro.
What
It's already
been
Wednesday
hour
over
and a
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Jay always talk about like, yo, we're gonna cut this to 45 minutes. I was like, dude, we keep dragging on, but it's like fun. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
it feels more fun when we
100%.
get to expand on stuff. Okay, last question. And then
It's
we'll
like-
finish it off here because it's about to be 2 hours now. People are gonna be shutting this off 30 minutes in. They're not even gonna get to this point.
Maybe
right
we should cut this off to 2 episodes.
now. It's too good. If we only get 10 plays on this, I'll be hot. Right, Ralph. Let's go ask you this first because you're our guest. You gotta show the respect to you. So it's a 2-part question. A team you would root for if your team didn't exist when you became a fan of them. Part one. Part two, a team that you would root for if your team didn't exist now. So if the Warriors didn't exist when you became a Warriors fan, and the Warriors didn't exist if they stopped existing now.
Basically, Warriors not existing at all. Ever.
I think shit, man.
So back in the
Probably
day and then now.
back in the day. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna answer the now first. I feel like I'd go with Portland now.
Portland now. Okay.
Yeah, Portland now. Kind of reminds me of the Warriors. Not the system, having the players. You know what I mean? Having those shooters. I feel like I'd be a Portland fan. Back then, that's a good one. Can I go back to that? Can you come back to me on that question?
All right, let's all do the now one then.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
I guess go first,
yeah, I think if the Lakers never existed at this moment in time, I'll probably go with like the Celtics just because of Tatum.
Whoa! No, that's the wrong answer.
Get this motherfucker out of this chat. What the hell is this? I would go with the Nuggets because I like big man. The big man who can pass. Because
that's very.
I love Jokic, bro.
I mean, now we go back to that first question.
Yeah.
Knowing the history now, shit. Bulls.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh no! When did you become a Warriors fan?
This was I think this is
fake fan.
Fake fan of it. Oh wait.
Fake fan.
This is what.
So you'd be a Laker fan.
Dallas, man. We'd be Dallas, man.
Dallas.
You'd be a Dallas.
No,
like third.
No, I said when we beat Dallas. When we beat Dallas, when we were.
You guys beat Dallas, bro. That's like 2006 or
we
5.
We believe. No, I think it was 8.
We believe
Warriors
said 7. 7.
7, 8.
7,
8.
yeah.
7, 8,
7. Yeah.
Close. Yeah.
So
who would you be at that time frame? Not before, like at around that time frame.
I would say Phoenix. Phoenix had a fun team. Phoenix had a fun team with Amari, Steve Nash was still there, Sean Marion.
Yeah.
I think I'd go with Phoenix. They had a fun team.
Yeah. Jay, who would you go with?
That was me too. Steve Nash, point guard, like simple, like gameplay, just roaming around. Probably, when I play, that's who I wanted to watch. Like that's how I try to play. But yep.
Yeah. Wait, so that's the team that you would pick if in the past, Jay? You also are picking Phoenix Suns?
At that time, but I became a Laker fan around like when I first watched Kobe play, so like 2001 or around that time frame. So I guess at that time I would have been a Kings fan.
Yeah, I'm going the same. I'm going Kings or Sixers with Allen Iverson.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's who I want. I was like, yo, I want cornrows too, man.
Cornrows and tattoos.
Yeah, I was like, yo, he made a whole culture move. Him, Allen Iverson. I would have been him. Low key, the Trailblazers too, because of Scotty. I would have been like, oh, that's the guy that played with Michael. Like, I'll probably root for him. Yeah.
Was that his last team?
Yeah, that was his last team. Didn't he play for the Rockets, or am I tripping?
He played for the Rockets. Yeah, he played with Chuck.
He
played with Chuck.
Yeah, but I don't think I would have been a fan by 99, maybe 2000.
Yeah.
2000. They had a what's his nickname? Stoudemire, Mighty Mouse.
Damon
Stoudemire. Yeah, I probably would have liked him because like a small guard.
Yeah,
small
low
guard.
key, I really like Penny, but I don't think I would have been like Penny and Tracy. Low key, I love.
What Shaq say about Penny? Was Kobe before Kobe?
Yeah, did he say that?
He said that.
Yeah,
Have you seen that doc? You haven't seen the documentary?
I don't remember.
He said something like Penny like underrated. He was like his Kobe before Kobe or something like that.
Yeah, it was a very good documentary.
Yeah. Oh wow. It's crazy. I did not know. All right.
Okay, since we brought up Shaq, hey Rob, what do you think about Shaq and Spider? What do you think about that whole situation?
I think I've told Kevin before this. I think Shaq can say whatever the fuck he wants, bro. To be honest with you, I don't know. I know it's kind of harsh at the same time. It's kind of like weird, I guess, that he's just being so upfront with it. But well, what did you say? He got the G14 for it, classification. So hey, man, I don't have nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the way that Shaq just phrased it just made it come off like
Yeah.
hella bad. Like I wish that he just phrased it a little bit differently because it's like
Yeah.
he just straight up told him, it was like, you can't do it, bro. Like I
Yeah,
feel like there could have
that's
been
true.
some other way that like
Yeah,
he
but
could have
then
made it
like
sound nicer.
the era of the players now too is like different. Like if he were to say that maybe like 5, 10 years ago, then that player would have been like back at him like I'll prove you wrong or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they'll double down on themselves or something.
Yeah. I saw like this comment, I forgot who had made it, and it comes kind of like like as an African American, like the worst thing we can do right now is bring each other down, type of thing.
Yeah,
And that's like
I'm,
that's a good point. Like, why would you do that, especially on national
especially,
television? Bring your
especially
own
now
brother
too,
down.
with
Yeah,
the
it's like
timing.
bring your own
Timing
brother
is
down. It's
pretty
like
bad
that's
for it.
not. Yeah, that's what you
Yeah.
shouldn't do. Yeah, so I think he does have every right, but it's like weird because I don't know. Like that's something you could just tell him privately. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you have to say that on national television?
And I'm
And
sure they do numbers already because TNT. That's a
yeah,
a
and
lot of people
Donovan
watch that.
Mitchell had a really good game. It's like he
Yeah.
could have at least held. Like I would understand if he scored 20 points or like 20
Yeah.
and they barely won, but he scored like 44. I forgot what he scored. He scored a really good
And they were
game.
on a win streak that time
Yeah, and they
too.
whooped
Yeah.
on a good team too. I was like, what the heck? Like,
Dude, they
all right,
ran us up the court. Dude, we were down with like 40 points in the halftime,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Gonna watch it.
So
Nope.
I, yeah, I don't know. I agree with him and I disagree. It's like I think just like that kind of stuff you can just say in private. Like you don't need to put
Yeah.
that on television. But that's what television's all about now. It's like who can say kind of like the most ridiculous stuff to get people talking about it.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's like just
Yeah.
act out of pocket, and that's all
That's
you
what
can do.
Kendrick Perkins be saying, dude. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
he be saying some
Jesus
crazy
Christ.
stuff. And on his tweet, he just ends it off with "carry on." Like, bro, we ain't carrying on. That's one thing
What are
we are
you
not
talking
carrying
about?
on.
Big difference there.
All right, so this is a great conversation. I guess this is how it ends. After
Got an
saying this
hour
is
and a
only going to be
half.
an hour and a
An
half
hour and a
plus
half. Oh, I mean,
somebody
we can
lagging
keep
out.
going and more questions. Ralph, you have any more
Let's.
questions
Oh,
for us to
I got.
answer?
Nah, man. You got
No,
stuff
you
to ask
good?
me questions, right? Nah, just kidding.
All right, I got one. I got one. So
Oh,
your brand, you have a brand called Players and Ballers Only,
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
Is first off, this game is gonna be dictated on how you describe players and ballers. Is players and ballers like the same level? Like I'm a player and a baller, or ballers higher than a player?
You're putting me in a tough situation here. Yeah. It's just like a little ideal thing. You know what I mean? Players and ballers. It's kind of self-explanatory.
Okay,
But
so I'm assuming you're saying that it is almost the same tier.
yeah,
Let's be hypothetical. Let's say if baller is way higher than player. So it's like, is this player or is this baller? So Steph Curry, what is he? Is he a player or he's a baller?
Oh, okay. I like this. He's a player.
He's a player? You think
He's a
so?
baller.
He's a player?
He's a baller.
He's a baller.
He's a baller.
Okay. Taylor Horton Tucker, is he a player or a baller?
He a role player.
Ah!
He a role
Damn.
player.
God dang it. I played myself.
All right, let's go out of basketball real quick. What's Will Smith?
Will Smith, oh, the dude he can be both.
Both?
I think he could be both.
All right, I got another one. PDA, is that player or baller shit?
Yeah, man. Nah, that's some player shit for sure.
It's sweet as hell. Okay. Jay, you got anyone? You got another?
Outside? How about like Michael B. Jordan?
Hey. I would say he's a player too.
He's not a
Michael
baller.
B.
He seems like a
Jordan.
baller, bro.
Michael B. Jordan.
Hey, he seems like a
Imagine
baller,
naming
bro.
yourself.
Yeah.
Imagine having that name, dude.
Yeah.
Michael B.
You know,
Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan was a play. He was a baller until he started throwing snow around. That's when you became a player.
He started throwing snow, dude.
Wow.
Respectfully.
A whole post about it.
All right, this one's gonna be out of left field. Pokemon cards.
Hey, shout out Erico, Jarek out there, man. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah, player shit or baller shit.
I think that's baller shit for sure.
Respectfully.
You got money for it's like an investment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big investment.
All right. How about this? Can't think of it.
Oh, hey man, I swear you better not throw no low blows.
No. You want to ask any of us player or baller? You got anything off the top?
Off player and ballers?
Yeah. Like, what's a player, what's a baller? Or like, do you think this is
Oh man. I wish Heavy was here. He'd probably explain that better. Nah, I ain't got nothing really.
All right, how about this one? Justin Herbert's new haircut. Is that player shit or baller shit?
Oh man. This is first time having that cut. That's some player shit. Nah.
I can't think of anything else. I guess that was a way of promoting players and ballers only.
I appreciate it. Players and ballers, man. Get your merch.
Get your
Players
merch.
and ballers only.
Okay. Ralph, you have anything to say? Anything you want to promote? One last thing?
Nah, man. I just want to say thank you all for having me. First guest, little special guest. I'll be down to do it again in the near future. So
where can people get your merch?
Instagram, players and ballers only. That's the Instagram handle. We got a new drop coming. Like, should be within a couple of weeks. We got some new coming, man. Appreciate it. Maybe we can sponsor you guys one of these days.
Here we go.
Maybe.
That's what we're talking about.
I expect a free outfit in my doorstep by tomorrow, bro.
Right, we can make something happen.
You'll be express shipping like neighbors.
Yeah.
Same day delivery.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, Jay, you have anything else to say about Ralph?
That's all.
That his Warriors team suck? No,
nothing. No. I think he already knows that, so it's fine.
Yeah. So I'm glad that I'm glad that Ralph pulled up to the podcast. If anybody didn't know, Ralph holds the Guinness World Record of the longest heartbroken NBA fan of all time.
Oh,
after the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead, he has been heartbroken since. 2 championships, he didn't fix that.
Oh,
and ever since that, he has a famous saying off of losing in that Game 7. Let fans know what you said. Let fans
famous
know what
tweet.
You
Nah,
said.
I'll let you do that, man. I ain't gonna hurt myself again.
You gotta end the podcast saying what you said. How it feels like to lose in the finals.
How it feels like blowing a 3-1 lead. Shit feels worse than a breakup, man.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
Sir.
Yeah. I just want the audience to know after they lost, Ralph had to take a picture in a Laker jersey, and maybe I might post that in the Instagram post. Respectfully.
Number 8 respectfully had the number 8 on. So
yes,
that's
sir.
It ain't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, I had to throw one in roast for you. One last roast.
Hey, he might not come back, Kevin. Why'd you do that?
I don't know. He might come back as
We'll be back.
Name.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning into this podcast. So, by the way, we're on YouTube. We're just gonna have to wait for about 5 hours for it, maybe a whole day for it to post. So you might see this.
Hopefully
YouTube might be afterwards.
Before the event this weekend. Hopefully it's up.
Yeah.
Should be.
And just want to show support to our brother Ralph. Good. He knows a lot about sports. He has a good brand in clothing called Players and Ballers Only.
Appreciate
I'll leave that in the comments of this Instagram post that we're gonna put. That links you to his
Swipe
IG
up.
Page.
Swipe up.
Well, damn, I don't know.
I don't know.
Swipe left.
How Instagram works.
Swipe left.
One or the other.
Swipe.
So this was a fun episode. This is a first time guest, and we're probably gonna do this more. And Ralph might come back. So
appreciate it.
Hope he does. And
Will
we
do.
hope when he comes back,
Do.
the Warriors are going to be championships. So see you in about 10 years. So, yeah. All right, Jay, Ralph, any last words before I finish this off?
Yeah,
I
Warriors
want to say
suck.
thank y'all. Just want to say thank y'all, man.
Or I was like, there goes 2 hours of my time just for me to be
Nah,
roasted
man.
on. Just for me to get roasted on. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is Booth Warmers Podcast. I'm Kevin.
I'm Jay.
Ralph, you want to say
RP.
this?
RP in the
RP,
building.
Ralph. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night. Bye.